do that 35-minute intro that
Yeah.
Joe does.
Uh,
All right, I think we're live now.
what? Oh,
Are we? Are we?
fix my
I can
hair.
never tell. Joe does this part. I've got no experience in this. All right, Joe, are we live or am I just talking to myself now?
Well,
All
who would know
right,
the difference, Tim? You talk to yourself anyway.
I do. I
So
do. I get the best
do
answers
it.
that way, though.
You do. I as well. I as well. And sometimes there's an echo.
Yes. Yeah. You just have to watch out the echo.
You gotta watch out. My word.
All right. Good evening, everybody.
Hey, I,
Joining me and Paul so far. Ken's going to join us. He says his PC is having trouble, so I don't know what that means. So
well, you know.
Ken and his machines never play well together. I noticed that.
Well, that
We
happens.
got well, we got Joe in the audience because he's on vacation and must not be a very good one if he's here.
Well,
And then we got
he's busy. He's busy making videos because of his competition with Tim.
oh, it's
So
right. Yes.
he's
Yeah. This
made
is
two this week, I think. So that's like he's cranking them out. So I say, good for you, Joe. I've
yeah.
watched them and liked them. So those of you here, go over there and watch Joe's videos.
Watch Joe's. Probably most of you are watching them anyways. With my pen go, but yeah, I was going to say this isn't the way to get more subs though, Joe. Not our way. Got Mark in the audience. Got the test. All right. Great, great, great. And looks like we're getting some people in here. That's good. Good to see everybody.
Come on in.
Yeah. I'm going to try this out. So I got to figure out this layout stuff too, just to test it out.
Yeah, I'm feeling like this is like the gladiatorial arena, right? They come in to watch the death and destruction,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
and we're just down in the hole here, and then
So how do
that's
I? Oh, I see Ken. There he is. Let's get him. Oh, maybe I can't do it with. There we go. There he is. Hey, Ken.
How you guys doing?
We
Ken.
are doing well. How are you doing, Ken?
Good.
Joe said he dropped 4 evil DM tricks today, too. Wow. So you did 2 videos of 4 evil DM tricks.
So one of them was the turning the map.
Oh, he took your dirty DM trick.
Yeah, but he attributed it to Rob.
He attributed it to Rob. Joe. Jeez, oh man. We're gonna have to kick this stream off your channel if you're gonna give Rob credit where it's not due.
I told him. I said when he did the one about the sword, the ego sword. I said now all my ego swords are going to sound like Joe the lawyer. Every sword I hand out to anybody is going to sound like him.
Yeah.
Well,
And the sword always has to be mooching for things then.
The sword, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be mooching for things.
Yeah.
And he's always got to where he's like somebody's trying to do something, it's going to try to do it before it does it. He wants to get in front of the line all the time. Yeah. That's funny. All
Rob
right.
got really mad because I gave him a sword.
I remember that.
Named Marcus Aurelius, and all it did was jabber. It just jabber.
Yeah, it did. I remember that sword.
He got so mad at that sword because it would not shut up.
Well, it has all these things. It's got to say them.
Yeah. I mean, how many? It probably hadn't got to talk to anybody, and how many millenniums from not talking there, so it had to get it all out. Let's see here. We got Matt in the stopping by to say, "Hey, glad you stopped by, Matt. Can't stay long. Well, appreciate it. May the rolls be high for the players." Boo.
Huzzah! Thank you.
One comment to the sword vid. A guy said he had a sword sound like Edith Bunker. Okay, I like that. So stealing that idea that I'm going to throw in Archie too and have them bicker all day with each other. That would be fantastic. Sort of have like a couple.
Not a terrible idea. What if a married couple wasn't? What if a king and a queen were captured inside the sword somehow?
Yeah. Yeah.
That would
That'd
work.
be funny. Yeah. All right. So I don't know. Do you guys want to do the what cool thing did you do this week or got anything, Paul or Ken?
Trying to think of what cool thing. I guess probably the cool thing was a week ago. We went to Longwood Gardens, which is an amazing, was donated and started by the DuPont family.
Okay.
So your chemical dollars at work.
I was gonna say.
But it's a huge. It's kind of halfway between where we live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and
Okay.
Philadelphia, and it's just this huge botanical garden, and they have lots of events. And so, my sister-in-law and her husband had, they have a membership there, and then they get passes for certain things that they can use to bring guests. And so we went to a concert that was
Very cool.
bluegrass funk and a fusion. It was
bluegrass funk.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. The musicians were amazing.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so that was. I mean, there's nothing like. There's been times where I've seen live music and it was so fantastic, and then when I bought the recordings, same songs.
It's not
it's
as good. Yeah. No.
Because you just don't get that dynamic of.
Right. The live.
Of course, then when people come to see our band, they're like, we could have stayed home and just listened to Spotify.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that happened to me when. I mean, I used to always like the live stuff, but like, do you guys remember Jeff Healey? He was like the blind guitar player, blues guy, and he played it on his lap. He was in the Roadhouse movie and everything. Well, I got to see him real early on, and I loved his CD. Absolutely loved him. But then when I went and saw him live, I couldn't listen to that CD again because he was so damn good live. I just wished I had recorded that live session because it was so good. And then I would listen to the CD, and I'm just like, it's like, now you ruined it for me. Yeah. And Paul, I know what you did cool this week. I know what you did.
I went to Washington, D.C., and one of the highlights of my trip is where the Exorcist stairs are located. And
I saw that. Yeah, I did see the picture.
Yeah, and I said I got to go. It's in Georgetown, and we were going to that area anyway, and it was literally a 5-minute walk over there. It's got the plaque on the wall. There's a plaque right next to where the stairs are. And I think Tim said it's like 70 some odd stairs. And I mean, there were people running like that was like their workout for the day. And it is steep and there's like 70 steps on it. And I climbed up the stairs and was winded when I got to the top because I think there's like 3 sections of them. But I just thought it was cool. It's just, just little things like that because I'm such a big movie buff and little things like that are just cool for me. So I was just like, here and there it is. I saw it and there it is. And
I love that stuff too. Yeah. I know when I saw them, I'm like, God, those look familiar. And then that's exactly what they were. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I didn't go on any adventures this weekend like you guys did, other than going to stores to look for Halloween things with my wife. So
it's you guys are well into the Halloween season.
Oh yeah, Ivy's well into. I mean, I like it too, or whatever. But yeah, she's for whatever reason she wanted to skip summer this year and go directly into Halloween. So I was like, okay, we'll go look at goofy, spooky stuff.
There you go.
So
the Halloween stores already open. The Halloween stores.
Oh yeah, she's mad because all her girlfriends from Jersey and wherever they are, she's got them all over the place, are sending her Halloween pictures of like stores that have all this Halloween stuff. Home Goods specifically. Yes, I'm being corrected in the background. Home Goods specifically. And then when we go to our Home Goods, it's got a little bit of it, but it doesn't have near what they have.
Oh shit.
You still bought stuff.
I did.
Yeah, they
I
have
know, but
no.
no shit. Kathy's got all this stuff, and fucking everyone's got all this stuff with us.
Okay, Jersey. I don't know what to tell you.
Jersey's better, I guess.
Jersey's better. I guess in this case
In
we'll
this
give
case,
Jersey
Jersey
the thumbs
is
up.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thumbs up for Jersey Home Goods.
yeah, I'm getting South Park vibes. You know
Yeah.
that it's a Jersey thing.
It's Jersey. Well, definitely. It's
From
Jersey
that
makes
episode.
her appearance. Yes, she does. Yeah. Oh, Vance wanted to know which band was playing at your. What was it? What'd you say? Bluegrass Funk.
Yeah.
Oh, Twisted Pine.
Twisted Pine. That's a good name.
I'm thinking Eleanor Digby might listen to that now that she's now that she knows where she's from.
Valengian. Yeah. So my cool thing this week is I was working on the game stuff and I pulled out one of my old folders. I wasn't sure if I still had, but years ago when I used to do a face-to-face game, I used to have a bulletin board where I post things. We're talking about like in the, I don't know, early 90s, mid 90s. So when my players would come over, while we were just kind of BSing, waiting for the game, they would always go over to this bulletin board, look at what was up there and talk about what they might want to get into or see what was new and whatnot. I found the folder with all these little scraps of paper of all the stuff that I used to post and whatnot. So it was fun going through. Now I'm going to lose it all. But it was fun kind of going through all this stuff and reading little bits and pieces of it because I still have it. Might make my fantasy bulletin board might make an appearance tonight. Actually, I have them in my game every once in a while. I don't think I've had them in the last couple. Have I, Ken? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I've had it in there. So, but this time around, it'll make an appearance. How much it gets used, who knows? You know, we'll always use it as much as you guys are interested in it. Now I'm going to try to be somewhat technological and start sharing the screen. Guess I'm going to have to share mine. All right. So guys, this is going to be session 0. You guys are basically playing characters you used last time, correct?
Yep, just at level 1.
Yep.
Level 1. All right.
I did because I didn't do this the first time. I did because we can do one switch of attributes. I switched Constitution and Wisdom because I had forgotten with this game that Constitution only helps you at first. I mean, in terms of hit points, only first level.
Right. Yeah.
So my Wisdom's now 17.
Let's see. Is that going to do it? Let's see if it's. Did it change anything, or am I just sharing the same damn thing? I can't tell what I did. That doesn't look like it did it.
Yeah, you are currently sharing your screen.
Yeah, that's weird. And I clicked the other thing. Let me see. I'll try this again. All right. Maybe that's it. Is that it? All right, try it again. There we go.
There it is.
Yay. Let's see.
There it is.
Which one's the best way to do it? Do it that way or heads on? No, I don't like that one. What about that one? No, I don't like that one. Oh, we'll use that one. Does that look all right, guys? Can you see?
That looks good.
Yeah. Well, you can actually look at your screen, so that'll work. You're sharing the YouTube video. Thank you, Joe. I saw that. I was sharing what I was sharing. Yeah,
that's right. You were oversharing.
Yeah, I was. So as you can see, I'm very disappointed, even though this is episode 0, and I already had one episode 0, that there's no dead in my cemetery over there. It's blank. Makes me sad. but we got the cast. So I ran Vance through his session. When was it? Last week, I guess. Yeah, it must have been last week. And he ended up going down 3 times, but he lived somehow. So he had a companion with him. You know how when you guys go down in Shadowdark, like to get somebody up, you need a 15 or above to revive them.
Mm-hmm.
And she rolled like a 20 and 18 every time he went down. She was like, "Oh, okay, I got this covered, no problem."
And you were doing the rolling?
I was doing the rolling. I was. Wait, no, was I doing the? Yeah, I was. Yep, for her, I think I was for that. So, yep. So Vance made it. Going down that many times. Hope he got paid well. Well, I think he was practicing for the real game, Joe. So, all right. Let's see here, and we've got Eleanor Digby, Elven Witch, right?
I'm
And
an
then-
yes,
Elvis.
Yeah, I'm in the building. I am elfish.
Elvish.
Yes.
And Draymont, the Dwarven Priest. Dun, dun, dun. Who's kind of like a animist worshiper of the Comor Force. Is that right, Ken?
Yeah, and I was actually wondering if I could substitute he's a barbarian,
Okay.
and if I could substitute a first level spell, say my shield spell, for the ability to go berserk as a barbarian.
Sure. What would that entail?
Well, I don't have the barbarian class for Shadowdark.
You know what? I think Greg came up. I bought Greg's player option. So let's look.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that, but I don't have it yet.
Yeah, he just put it out in print.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll have to look. I don't think I have it in front of me, Ken. So, let me see. Do they don't have it? No, because it's not in the other ones. We'll figure that one out. But yeah, I got no problem with that, Ken. If you want to have a little, what we can do, Ken. So if you want to go berserk, why don't we do this? Why don't we make it very simple for this? You get +1 to hit, +1 to damage, but -1 to your AC while it's happening.
All right.
Sound good?
Does anybody in the audience have easy access to the barbarian class?
If they have a barbarian class they have any special tweaking abilities?
Is it in the cursed scrolls? Any of the cursed scrolls, or is it in something else?
No.
No. No, there's cursed scrolls with like Vikings and I forgot what all of them were. I think one was nomadic, but unfortunately they didn't have a barbarian in it. But I've seen a lot of people have a barbarian option in there.
Well, we can, if you don't mind. I mean, we can switch it out after this session. I was going to order that and get the PDF.
You're gonna order the players options, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I have a play
let's see.
test. Oh, he's got a play test. Hopefully of a barbarian. But
Is a druid
that sounds good.
Is there a druid in there as well?
They're not in the canon, what I would say canon Shadowdark, but there's a druid in some of the third party.
Oh, okay. I found a couple druid classes in Reddit.
Okay.
So I was just curious.
Yeah. Because I know that was one that they were voting on at the time. Like they ended up making a ranger and a bard, but I was hoping they were going to do like a ranger and a druid, but they picked a bard.
Well, I was working on a British something that was a spin-off of the British Isles with the Celts, the Anglo-Saxons, and the Vikings, with dwarves being the Vikings and elves being the Celts,
Oh yeah. Okay. Very
and
cool.
Anglo-Saxons being humans.
That fits. I'm just checking my.
And I was going to use Shadowdark, but also use the that each race would have its own specific classes.
Yeah, I always like that, like the culture equals class kind of thing. I kind of do like that. I'm looking at the third party stuff I have here.
I just dropped a link in there. I mean, it's $1. It's James Mishler has James Mishler. Sorry, James Mishler Games has a barbarian class for $1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to use that one, Ken, I got no problem with that. Seeing what they have.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I might as well, while I'm on here, also order the.
Yeah, so you didn't know we weren't going to play. We're going to shop today, ladies and gentlemen. Joe's favorite thing to do, and he doesn't get to partake in it.
I was going to say this is the ultimate D&D campaign where you spend the entire time shopping. So all we're going to do is go through Drive-Thru RPG, and we're going to just shop for things. That's fantastic. Oh, by the way, do I have I know I have a background. I know Draymond there has a job. Do I have a job?
Mm-hmm.
What do I do there in the old Comore Forest or in the Appalachians? Do I make moonshine?
If you want to do it, you can be a moonshiner.
Okay, maybe my moonshine is like a potion thing.
Could be.
Okay, I'm gonna put down moonshine. I'm gonna figure out how to magicify it.
I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
I make moonshine. And sometimes I run moonshine. There we go. I like it.
The computer's glitching a little bit now. I think I got it taken care of. All right. Let's see what do we got here. So I guess he's got, what has he got going on there? So, there's a lot there. All right. So what we'll do is we'll get started here. Ken, you can tweak it the way you want. So basically what you can do is like take some sort of you kind of want more of a berserking, like a rage. I think the one class calls it a rage or something like that.
Yeah.
You can take that rule and implement it in place of a spell. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that's.
And then because that'll work with your, that doesn't conflict anything with the race that you're playing. Now, we need a token for you too, Ken, of some sort. So we can make that real quick. Token. And not the kind of token you're talking about, Joe.
I was thinking about Token from South Park.
You know what? I have never seen an episode of South Park.
I got South Park on the brain, man. I don't know what it is.
I know it's too. I don't think I've ever seen. No, I haven't. I saw the movie, but I've never seen an episode.
Well, if you want, look up the Jersey episode. That will be of great value to you. Look up the Jersey episode.
Have to do that.
Yeah, and then your wife will beat you. That's how that's going to work.
That's okay. So at least you'll have a reason this time.
That's true.
Usually she just has no reason whatsoever. All right. You looking up a guy at all, Ken, or token? If you can just maybe send me the link in the chat, I can make a token real quick. And then you can alter it whenever. you don't end up, wanting to change it.
Images.
Welcome to session 0, guys.
It's going according to plan.
It is. Yeah, I would expect nothing less.
No, anybody that's watching that thinks that this is not how we intended this to go, you are wrong.
This is exactly. Yeah.
Exactly what we planned. You don't know.
It's really not. It's a documentary. It's not not any sort of entertainment.
Yeah, but we have to have that like weird music playing in the background. There we go. But they always seem to have it. It's like the crappy music that YouTube videos use, like to play in the background, but it's always just a little bit too loud, and so it's really hard to hear the person.
Right.
Try to turn it up, but that only turns up the music, and then you just get annoyed, and then you turn it off. Yeah. And I've heard that a lot of people don't know that they're doing that. Are you guys seeing? Or I keep losing. I keep on seem to be losing connection or something like that. I'm not sure if I am or not.
Nope. Every year seemed to be fine.
Okay, good.
All right.
So you get the link.
It's in the private chats.
It's in the private chats. Okay, let me go to the private chats. Got it. Oh, that's a good one, Ken. Kind of looks a little beleaguered and haggard. It'll fit some good. And go on to using the token, what's it called? Token 2 maker. Make kind of a big old dwarf. Download. What is it again? Dre? What's his name? Dre what?
Draymond. Draymond. I have on my. Actually, forgot his last name, but it's on my.
Yeah.
Diggenheimer.
That's right. All right, we're gonna shift over. Let me get all these. I got so many tabs open. Now I got to close them all. Now we got it. All right. We've been dropping people left and right. That's good. That's what we're
goals.
Sent you a DM on Facebook, Tim, with screen grabs of our. Oh, thanks. So I'll take a look at that.
Right. They're all going to show up like 5 minutes left into the live stream.
They will. Yeah, right. We'll start.
We'll pick up then. It'll be fine.
We will pick it up. All right, I'm going to take your token, copy.
And then there's a SpongeBob screen that comes on and says 8 hours later. We're still shopping.
Right. That's funny.
Oh shoot.
So where I'm going to start you guys at is, Ken, you probably remember this area, the place in between Scorn and Hound's Head. There's that group of Appalachia-like people. Remember them, Ken?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to kind of be from there. They kind of bring in different races and cultures into their fold because they need to make the gene pool a little bit deeper because it gets pretty thin up there in the hills.
You know that's right.
So you guys
tree ain't got no forks. Just one straight line.
We were just talking about teeth before this.
We were. Yeah. This changes Eleanor Digby forever, by the way. So you'll find out here.
That's the best part of a family reunion. You get a full set of teeth when you get everybody together. My family's from down south, and I have a lot of
reference material.
Well, I live in Alabama, so everybody here, everybody talks like they're from King of the Hill. So, Everybody talks like Boomhauer.
Yeah.
I don't know the reference to that. I've never seen that either.
You are a
I'm
sheltered
bad.
man,
I'm
Jim.
uncultured, huh?
You are.
I am. I'm bad. Well, I guess I've never been a cartoon guy, so that's why I've never probably watched them.
Well,
so,
Boomhauer is just it's worth it. I've watched that show just to see him.
Oh yeah. Which one? What's this one called?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. It's got a. It's just I don't know. It's the big yellow dad, little yellow son.
That's The Simpsons.
Oh, that's The Simpsons. Okay.
The fact that we just confused King of the Hill with The Simpsons. Oh my Lord. Wow.
That's how bad I am with that.
That is wow.
Yeah, that's bad. So you guys are in this area called Spoke Top Hill, and
you say spoke or smoke?
Spoke. Like a spoke.
Like a spoke of wheel.
Yep, exactly. Spoke Top Hill. And that's why they kind of call it Spoke Top Hill, because of the way that the streams and creeks run off of it. It's almost like they come from from this giant spring on the top of this hill, and it goes down in different streams and everything. And they kind of end up working as a boundary for different families that are in this area on Spoke Top Hill. And they tend to battle over. I mean, it does get bloody up there between families, but the one rule is I'm allowed to kill my sister's boyfriend, but nobody else is allowed to kill my sister's boyfriend.
Well, isn't that called suicide?
Yes. But they have been over the years trying to make it more of a place to settle in, especially up in this area. There's not a lot of places to settle down that are safe because of the Comor Forest and all the dangers. They seem to have the ability to make a community, and the community doesn't seem to get destroyed overnight like most of them in this area. However, they live farther in the south, so their community, it's not as bad there, but it's still bad enough that people hanging in trees is not uncommon. And there's no real protection. They don't get any protection from scorn from the south, and they don't want anything to do really with Hound's Head, not because they distrust Hound's Head. They're just considered outsiders. They'll trade with people who come through, but they tend to, and what Eleanor, you escaped one of their fatal tricks that they perform on elves sometimes. So what they do, and this ceremony is coming up, so they're able to traverse the forest pretty easily, and that's where where you've got your teachings from, is from the elders of the clans and different things like that, worshiping nature. Well, part of this forest, there are these creatures who roam the forest, but they know if they sacrifice an elf to them in the springtime, they will be left alone for the rest of the time. However, there's not that many elves that voluntarily do this, so they have to trick them into doing it. And
well, I know an elf.
Well, that's when you see, one of the old elves. They're just like, you see this guy named John come up to you. Now, you guys know John. He's sort of one of the elders of the clan. He's an old guy, but still strong. He's barrel chested, strong as hell up top, but like his legs are done. He can barely walk.
Model that after me.
Yeah, I think after anyone who's over 50, I think. at that point. But he comes up. He's got his big stick that he's coming up to you guys. You guys live in your own little yurt, kind of up in that area. And he's like, "Well, oh yeah, sure. I guess. Well, I'll wait right here until Eleanor gets back." Shopping for Hammos and Shadowdark. We are shopping. We need some deliverance music in the background. Yeah, I was looking to doing some music for this, but didn't have time to get anything set up. All my good intentions were just that. They were good intentions. I paved a little bit farther in hell, and then I stopped. So hell can pay for their own roads. I'm tired of giving them with my good intentions.
Sorry, my wife was at the door. She didn't have her key.
Oh, she didn't have her key. Yeah, you had your chance, Paul.
I'd have paid for it later.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, not even that later.
She's not even from Jersey.
Yeah, I was going to say you could have paid for it now.
Right.
All of a sudden, you just muted and
right,
permanently muted.
Just see a spray. So you see this guy named John kind of hobbles up to you. Says, "Hey, Eleanor, good to see you today."
Hi, John.
Well, it's coming that time again where we gotta get somebody over at the altar and.
Yep. Been down that road once.
Yeah.
Not gonna go again.
No, you were smart. You smart. You figured it out. But we're gonna need some sort of pointy ear to some bitch down there sometime. Gotta get them things because we gotta start harvesting the spring stuff. And if without that, we're gonna be running all the time. We can't be doing that.
Have you thought about maybe a gnome or a dwarf or some little person other than an elf?
I got no idea. All I know is they like them elves. They like them real good.
Well, kind of out on my own. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't hang with my own people.
Well, we got some people coming up. We've heard that there's more travelers coming up from Scorn into Hound's Head because the weather's just about to break and everything. It's just maybe you and Draymond, being the folks that you are, could maybe invite them over for a spell or something like that. We could feed them real good. We could treat them real good, and then they can help us out.
Draymond, what you say?
Well, seems to me here that maybe instead of fixing the sacrifice an elf, we maybe try to figure out some sort of other bargain that like maybe gnolls, or plenty of gnolls around here.
We never did try a gnoll, but
they're bigger and got more blood.
I know, but they got to be able to read too. They got to be reading the stuff.
Oh, well, that's why you picked out other people around here. They don't know their lettering.
No, I don't know. Them needle folk just like the elves. I don't know what they got against them, but they don't like them. That's why we keep you out of the forest there, Eleanor, because you go in there by wandering around, your ass is going to be prickly more than a porcupine.
Yep, that is what I hear. Mama didn't raise no dummy.
Oh, we are going to be so canceled by the South.
Do we have to do this the whole session now?
I don't know. It seems like we do now, huh?
Well, I do. I'm from here, so
Yeah,
it's kind of on me.
So we got to figure this out quick, gentlemen. So maybe talk amongst yourselves and then come down, see me at the bottom of the hill. We gotta make some plans soon because the equinox is coming up quick. So
now, Draymond, I don't mind sacrificing an evil elf. My deity Tatiana. She's kind of neutral on these things, and you say I can't be doing things that are going to be offensive to her. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know about elven sacrifice anyway. That just don't seem to be. I don't know. Don't seem to be quite right.
Well, we'll see what happens. If the I don't know how we'll see what happens when the time comes. Maybe we need to change things over there in the old forest about how things get done.
I was setting my mind to the same thing, but we'll see what they're fixing to do here.
Remember, they're not the sharpest. They're not the sharpest tacks in the drawer. We could do some things.
But true enough.
All right.
All right. Well, let's go down and meet that John guy, and we'll get on with this thing and see what they.
John's sitting down there. He's got about 3 dogs sitting around him, kettle on, and drinking some moonshine.
Well, John, we'd best about decided that one of two things is going to happen. The first thing is, well, if we got to sacrifice an elf, it's going to be an evil elf. It's going to be somebody worthy of a sacrifice. And the second thing is,
we care either way, but whatever you prefer.
Well, that's our preference. It's our preference. And the second thing is, well, if we can't find no evil elf, we think things might need to change over there as to what gets sacrificed. And we need to experiment a little bit, change it up a little bit and see what happens.
Boys, if you can figure it out, that's fine. All I know is an elf works. And if you want to fix what's not broken, that's up to you.
Well, Mama taught me if it ain't broken, break it. So
that's why I got 2 mamas. Listen to the smart one and don't stay away from the pretty one.
Wait, you know my mamas? John, where you know my mamas from?
Let's
I
see
think
here.
we all know your mamas. Both the pretty one and the one with no teeth.
Well, I declare, I don't even know what to say about that. Bless your heart.
I'm going to share the screen, guys. I'm going to show you where you guys are on the screen. Possibly present. There we go. You see Ken's famous party pog is down to the bottom left there. You guys see it moving around?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to get you. I guess I got to switch, not only share screens, but now I got to put you guys on the right screen.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It is. All right. But where that X is about where Spoketop Hill is. I'll update the map. Every time this map gets updated as you play, as you guys discover things, as you guys do things, I'll start populating it where things are. So where that red X is right there is where Spoketop is. There.
So this is what, like a half mile off the main road?
It's about, I would say about that, Ken. Yeah, about a half mile. Yep.
Pretty backwards for being just off the main road.
Well, you're talking about main road going up into Hound's Head. It's not really. That's
right. It's not like an expressway.
Right. Yeah, it's like a main road going to the big Amish farm town. The big community out in Lancaster.
Hey, now. This is not Meadville.
No, it's not.
We got over 500,000 people in our county.
Yeah, we don't. But yeah, so you're about and it's not uncommon to seeing traffic going up and down through that way. Scorn's about 3 days to the south, and then you've got Hound's Head, which is about a good solid half day's trek up through there. I guess maybe a little bit more.
So where's the road that goes to I can't even remember the name of where the halflings
Over here, the low hill, over to the bottom right.
Oh, okay. Oh, where it says to Low Hill.
Yeah, but you forgot what it was called. And then up top, there's the road that goes to the Gorgon Craigs, which you guys know is a big mining area. But he goes, you boys do what you need. Just make sure by the equinox you got somebody reading that on the altar.
What now? How much time do we have?
He kind of looks up at the sky. He's like, man, give or take a day. We thought we had one lined up, but no. And he kind of points down the hill a little ways, and he points up in the tree. It wasn't so cooperative, so we had to find a new one.
Well, huh. Well, all right. Well, let's go then. I guess there, Draymond. We're gonna find ourselves a not so nice elf if we can. And then we'll see what happens after that.
Or we're gonna get the hell out of here.
That is also true. That is also an option.
Because I think I'm looking at the other elf.
Careful.
I'm just saying. Now, but I ain't saying. I ain't saying that you should be it, but I'm saying that you could be it.
Well, we'll just have to see about that. Let's see. Where do you want to go, Draymond? Where do you want to head out to? Where do you think's the best? If we're gonna run, where do you think we ought to run to?
Well, I think a half-day journey was get us right into Hound's Head.
Well, okay. Well, I say we head there then.
Maybe we'll find an elf along the way.
Well, maybe we will, and we'll tell them to stop by here.
Stop by here if you want to, huh?
Yeah, we'll tell them there's good victuals there.
You remember
like
the past. Huh?
The forest gods in these here parts love them a sacrifice.
They do love them a sacrifice. All right. Well, we're going to head out then, I guess. I mean, we're going to pack up and go. We're going to say goodbye to John. John, we'll see you, buddy.
All right. See you boys back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. You guys just taking off towards the road then?
Oh, yeah.
All right. As you're walking out, their path and everything, off to the left, you see movement in the forest. At first you thought it was a breeze, but it actually looks like this humanoid shaped shrub is walking through the forest. And then when it stops, even though you saw where it stops, it blends so perfectly in the forest, you won't lose sight of it again.
You reckon that's an elf?
Well, we can only hope. How shall we investigate?
Well,
you speak Elvish.
That's
you
true.
guys know that you guys know these things as part of the local folks call these needlemen because they shoot out needles towards things. This is who they're sacrificing the elves to.
Oh. Well, I don't think that's an elf. I think that's one of them. They're needlemen. Them's the ones that wants the elf.
Oh,
So should we engage it or ignore it?
well,
Does it-
I
Go
I
ahead.
would say I don't know much about him.
Yeah. Do either of us know anything about them, Tim, other than they're needlemen?
They're pretty much like non-community. They don't talk to anybody. They're can you see them more as part of the Comor Force? They're like actually creatures that are barely sentient plant life that wander around. Although they do generally they are considered docile creatures, but during the springtime, after the springtime, they tend to get more aggressive, and they will attack people on site where generally they don't. But for whatever reason, this altar that you've seen is as old as the forest is sat there, and that's where they do the sacrifices on that altar. And it seems whatever happens, and it just seems to be elven blood, seems to sate the needlemen for the year or whatever until the next time.
Let's see. Well, Draymond, I'm wondering if it's got its eye on me because I'm an elf.
That could be. You probably look like dinner.
Well, is the needleman doing anything aggressive? Is it doing anything like is it, or does it just look like it's spying?
It's very difficult to tell since it's plant. You can't figure out which way it's facing too much, or what it's. It looked like it's just kind of moving through the forest, and then it just stopped, and like then it kind of blended in, moves a little bit more, but it doesn't seem its intentions are aggressive. But you really don't know what the intentions are. It's hard to get a read on it. So.
Okay.
Now, since you guys have been here the last few seasons and everything, you've never been attacked by one, and you don't see them all that often. But when you do, you've never been, even though you're an elf, you haven't been outwardly attacked by them.
Okay. Well,
but they still tell you to stay out just in case.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I guess we'll just listen. Do you want to, Draymond? Do you want us to keep walking and see what it does?
Yeah, let's kind of veer to the side so we're not going straight at where we saw it last.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can move around that easily enough, and that you see one of the other guys from one of the opposing clans comes up, and their clan name is Nightwart, and this is Bert.
Wait, Night Orc?
Wart.
Night Wart.
Yeah, Nightwart.
And this is Bert.
Bert's not the smartest guy in the world, but he is pretty knowledgeable of things of the forest. He knows the forest well. He just doesn't know anything else.
And do we know Bert from?
You do know Bert, and you guys, Bert is not like you guys because you are in a clan that him and his family, while they don't openly feud, some sister got taken by the wrong brother, and chaos ensued or whatever. So, no, so there's just been a running like competition almost between the two clans, and that, and he kind of he walks up towards you guys. He's got a few other friends from the clan, but they kind of look at you and, where are you going?
What's that any of your business, Bert?
Oh, he's still got a sass in you, huh? Well, I'm gonna get me my. I'm gonna be the one who gets the elf this year,
Oh, are you? You
and
got
my
one.
will be on the top of the hill. You guys won't get access to that spring this year. That'll be the Night Wars.
Oh, okay. Well, you got an elf in mind, Bert?
Well, I sure would, but we ain't warring it now, so.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to have to curb stomp your ass, like we've done in the past to your clan.
No.
And then I'd heal your wounds so I could curb stomp you.
Yeah, I heard you guys are funny. But when I get access to that spring and you guys are down at the bottom of the hill, I'll make sure I take a big juicy dump in the stream that you guys drink from.
You do that, Bert. You just do that.
And you see Bert going into the forest. Him and his friends have bows, and they're heading into the forest, into that area where that needleman was at.
Oh, they're going into the forest where the needleman were? Oh.
Yeah.
Do they know it's there? Like they're hunting for it?
They look like they have no clue.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, Draymond, I say we leave these gentlemen to their demise. I don't know what they're doing. And I don't know why we should care what they're doing if they're doing it. What you think?
I agree. I just say we keep on going.
All right, we going.
All right. You guys get through the rest of you're on the main road, and are you guys going to head up to Hound's Head then?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let me get my trusty. Where's my dice at? I'm going to roll my dice here, see if you guys encounter anything. Oh, I guess I'll do it right in chat. You guys can see it too.
Yeah.
All right. How about one of them there underground elves? They joking some bitches. All right, you guys get up towards Hound's Head, and as you get closer to the edge of Hound's Head, about where that hill is right there, you guys encounter a small adventuring group kind of taking a rest and recouping. And this is kind of late in the morning, so they're kind of getting an early lunch or whatever.
So are they just sitting there and we're just kind of walking by and
yeah, you kind of look it up, and you see that it's a group of 3 adventurers. They're all human. All of them look in various. None of them are well armed. None of them are well armored, but you've seen the glint of hopeful adventurers before, and these guys are some of the fodder that gets sacrificed to the Comor Forest regularly. But they all kind of 2 look like brothers, and the other is, from what you can tell, and then the other one looks like a good friend of theirs.
all right.
But they're
Hey,
just
boys, hail and well met.
And before they talk to you, they kind of whisper to each other real quick. And then the larger the boy, this guy seems bigger than the brothers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he stands up. He goes, "Morning to you too. My name's Cecil."
Hello, Cecil. My name is Eleanor.
And I'm Draymond.
Okay. You guys going up to do some adventuring up at Hound's Head?
Well, we might. We don't know. We're just kind of heading up there and see what's going on. Where are y'all heading?
Up to Hound's Head. He shakes his head a little nervously. Gonna try to find some work.
Okay. Well, there's work to be found. You're looking for it.
Yeah. No, it's not been so good. So we're gonna go see what we can find.
Where are y'all coming from?
Oh, we got a little village down a ways just outside of Scorn called Wet Rock.
Have we ever heard of Wet Rock?
No.
Okay.
So, heard it's bad up there though. Is it just rumors or is it bad as they say?
Where at?
Hound's Head.
Oh, it's quite. I don't know. I don't know much about it as much as Draymond does. Draymond, is it as bad as people say it is?
You gotta watch yourself, but it ain't so bad. There are places that are worse.
He nods. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. He's like, boys, let's get up. He goes, oh, by the way, this is Burns and that's Gunnery.
Burns?
Burns, yeah.
What's the other guy's name?
Gunnery. Gunrey.
RUI?
REY.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're kind of looking for maybe an evil elf.
An evil elf.
Not to adventure with, but to maybe capture.
Yeah, y'all know any evil elves?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think I know an elf. Just except Belle and I are there, just met. So there's not many elves in Wet Rock. So, but we did have a dwarf there one time. Seemed like a nice guy.
Well,
I have a college called Slippery Rock. In May, Mark. Yeah, we're not too far from there.
Well, we're gonna have to find ourselves either find an evil elf or one of those people. Old Bert's gonna have to be Bert will be in trouble. But anyway, what kind of work are we looking for, boys? Are we killing? Are we trapping? Are we what kind of adventuring are we doing? What are we looking for?
It's like we're gonna have to do whatever needs to be done. I mean, we don't have much fighting experience. I mean, we're strong enough, but farm work doesn't teach you how to swing a sword or throw a spear. But we can lift things. We can work real hard. I heard that they like people who carry stuff up here. And he looks at Gunnery. Gunnery's really good about making some torches and that. But we're going to try to set up shop, see if we can get some jobs and sell some things. And then I heard that the leader, Ivanov, is pretty friendly towards folks. And we're supposed to go meet him up there and talk to him first before we go doing anything.
Yeah. What was the name of the place, the tavern we went to where we went looking for work? Were we looking for
Angry Priest Inn? That's where you found like your, people who hope to go dungeon delving with.
The cannon fodder that we had.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? And I'm sorry, what was the name of it again?
The Angry Priest.
The Angry Priest. Okay, well, I tell them about the Angry Priest and about how people will come by there looking for work. We frequent there often looking for assistance.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Do I sense anything about them that they're lying in any kind of way, shape, or form? Are they being deceitful in any way?
Give me a intelligence roll, target 9. This one's an easy one.
Okay. All right. Intelligence roll 9.
Oops, I'm looking at the wrong screen again. Got a 9. That's all you need.
Oh,
These are the kind of people, if they lied, they would like burst out into hives, or they would be so obvious that that they would even believe that or
they'd stumble all over themselves trying to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are not lying folks, from what you can tell.
All right. Well, Draymond, I feel good. I have a good feeling about these folks. These are kind of my people, even though they're not my people.
I was like, well, we're gonna get you got. Well, I guess we could go up together if you'd like.
Sure. Well, there's strength in numbers, safety in numbers.
And then you see Burns kind of whisper to his brother, and then his brother nods, and Gunner kind of looks at Cecil and says, "Yeah, we did see that one elf." And Cecil's like, "How do you know he's an elf? You don't know." And they sort of bicker back and forth a little bit about it. And he goes, "Well, there may be an elf if you're looking for a bad elf, evil elf." These spears of Sarath came up through, and just a couple of them. There's 2 of them. They had helmets on, so I don't know why he thinks he's an elf. But
Where did you see this elf at?
he passed us about an hour ago. He's probably in Hound's Head now.
Oh, okay.
Now, Paul, you know the spears of Sarath are from a god named Sarath, and they are sort of the bully boys of the god. It's a god of discipline and order to like almost an extreme. And the spears of Sarath are kind of their, what would you call them, Ken? They're expendable shock troops kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
often made gang members or thugs or something, that they recruit a lot of them from like down in Scorn. If they get sentenced to some sort of fine or service or servitude type of thing, they can do it through Sarath, and they'll take them on, and they can and do that. Or if they just want some money and a place to live and be part of a organization that's kind of people are afraid of. The strange thing is spears of Sarath usually travel in 4s, and these guys only mentioned 2.
Well, Draymond, we may have to try to meet these boys. Find out what they're about, why they're in Hound's Head, what kind of trouble they might be up to.
Well, and we could do these fellas, Cecil and Burns and Gunry, want to go with us?
They all look agreeable to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we could split the whatever we get. We each get a 5th. There's 5 of us.
Oh, and you see Cecil kind of look around like, okay, that sounds good. We don't know nobody else up there.
It's always good to agree on that ahead of time before you actually have it sitting on the table in front of you.
That is for sure. All right.
Hey, O'Neill. So I'll switch over. You guys make it to Hound's Head. Boom, and there you go with Hound's Head. I'll put you guys here. That's right. I forgot you guys were called the Apocalyptic Calamity LLC.
That's correct.
All right. I'll put these up here for now.
Was that 999/999?
I guess that's you still have 999 hit points out of 999 hit points.
Oh, okay.
So I probably Joe did that. I'm sure you did because Joe does things like that. All right. You see it's fairly busy. Traffic walking around. A few tents set up, and over by Blake's place. That's number 1 over here, guys. You see, oh, you guys aren't switched, are you? Damn it. I keep on seeing it on, or no, I switched you guys, right?
Yeah, we're fine. I see it.
Okay.
Hammond of Hounds.
Gotcha. All right. And it's over by number 1, but you see a couple of tents. They're black tents, and those are usually the ones that Spears of Sarath use, but they're over by Blake at number 1.
All right. Well,
There's a couple tents.
There's 2 tents. Yeah. Well, they said there was 2 of them, and there's 2 tents set up.
Okay, I just didn't know. Are they small, like 1-person tents?
Yeah, these ones are just small tents. Yep.
Well, you want to go talk to Blake?
I think we should talk to Blake.
All right.
How well do we know him?
You know him in passing. You know that he likes to drink. You know that he likes to smoke. You know, he's the only one in the area that has healing potions. He won't sell the healing potions, but he trades them. Do you guys see on the number 1 on look at the map and see with the little description of number 1 there?
Yep, he belongs to the Guild of the Arcane Lore.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so that's kind of what you know about him.
Okay.
Ain't he the one that likes that Northman stuff?
What kind of Northman stuff?
Oh, you know, weapons, coins, hard silver.
Well,
I mean, if it's hard silver shaped by the Northmen.
Yeah, he does enjoy. He does like that. And these spears of Sarath, they are certainly from the north. I'm wondering if there's maybe some deals being made.
So where are the tents?
Right, kind of just north of Blake's place, right? Again, right between the
Oh, okay, between the bridge and
his place. Yep.
All right, so we'll go up, and are we being followed?
Well, the boys
are following you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, just the boys.
Oh,
yeah.
Those are the other guys.
Yeah, I didn't put any pogs out for all this stuff or tokens or anything.
Okay.
So
We didn't know if they were going to head to the. We didn't know if they were going to head to the Angry Priest or not, or whether
they're going to follow you guys.
Okay.
So they're just kind of coming along because they're here, but you can tell they're completely clueless on what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just hey guys.
The oldest kid probably looks like he's 12 or 13.
Yeah, kind of come over to about here, but kind of nonchalantly keep an eye out on these tents over here, but don't stare.
Okay.
I don't like it when you stare at them.
Yeah. So they all try not to stare, but kind of do anyhow. But, you know, they do as best they can. The doors open to the scroll stack. You see Red lounging out front, and you hear someone kind of humming from inside, and smoke's coming from the top as if he's like cooking something or whatnot. So
What's it smell like?
it smells like bread, actually.
Oh. Blake, are you here?
He comes out of his place. He's got kind of one of those, we'll just say like the little hippie bead curtain in front of his door there, and he comes out looking. His eyes are a little bloodshot. He's wearing this robe that probably he's worn for the past 2-3 weeks. Maybe, possibly that
Does
long.
it smell like that?
He comes out and he doesn't stink right away. He does smell like strong incense and weed.
Oh, there we go.
Viper weed. You guys know that one a little bit. It's a halfling smoking tobacco, and it's known to cause minor hallucinations. So
Blake, how are we doing today, Blake?
Blake is good. Who? Yeah. Okay, you get Spoke Top Hill folk, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what can I do for you boys?
Well, we were looking there. We noticed you got some black tents in your yard there. What's that all about?
Well, I've got some company, I suppose. I got a couple spears of Serath that wanted to set a spell and have a conversation. And I told them I would get to them as soon as I can.
Huh. They declare their business here in Hound's Head?
No, didn't listen too well because I was on to other things at the time. But I'm sure they'll tell me. You guys interested in them for any particular reason?
Well, they got a reputation for not being. I'm going to lower my voice so I don't. They may have a reputation for not being too nice to folks.
And he raises his eyebrow. Oh, really? Well, I think I'll be able to handle how their rudeness or gruffness. So he kind of looks both up and down, and you can tell he's casting a spell right now, Eleanor, at you guys. Just kind of looking.
Does it seem like? Do I sense like is it a like an investigative type spell, or is it like a?
You're not really sure because it's not a magic you recognize.
Oh,
but you can, because it's hard for you to understand all the wizard type of magic that they use.
Is he a Northman himself?
No, Northmen are used to be the civilization that existed up here. But they kind of, did the old fantasy trope and just decided to disappear one night.
Excuse me.
But he does collect a lot of their artifacts.
Okay.
But he basically looks like a tall, thin human. He's wearing, like I said, a ragged robe. It looks like it was nice at one time, but it's gone to shit long ago. And he still has, especially around his doorway, in that you see magical runes and everything that are making a show of being active. He's not hiding the fact that he is what he is.
Oh. Well, I would like to, I don't know what he's doing, but I would like to multiply myself and do my shadow dance illusion.
Okay. Shadow dance illusion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I make one other copy of myself, basically. I mean, as an illusion factor, it says I can do one human-sized type of illusion. but I'm gonna
Okay.
make it to where he sees me coming
Right.
out of my body, like it starts here, and I am just walking outside of my body, and I go over and I stand by him.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and roll for that.
I'm not gonna have you roll for that. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna worry about that. I would hate to have you roll. This is just a fun thing to do. So he seems amused by your trick. He's like, oh, all right. So you do have some skills. He kind of looks towards you. Oh, you're more of an animist then, huh?
Well, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. What about you? I think I remember you. Your name's Draymond, right?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay. You've been
Yes, sir.
up here a few times. I remember talking to you a couple times.
Yeah.
You're someone I'd be interested in talking to because you understand the crows.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. All right. He goes, well, maybe sometime when you guys get a chance and I can get some free time and everything, we can have a conversation about crows or whatever.
Well, that'd be right friendly, eh?
He goes, so I'll tell you what. You guys seem awfully interested in a few things. And he goes, what? He goes, you see him look over your shoulder and he sighs. He goes, don't tell me these boys are coming here to make it rich.
Oh, you looking at these guys?
Looking at your trio over there.
Yeah, we kind of met them on the road. Don't know too much about them, but they seem harmless enough.
Blake shakes his head. It's like, this force has got too many of them in here. He's like, he goes back into his cabin and he comes back out. He goes, boys, come here. And he points at them and tells them to come here. Gets all their names. You guys are from Wet Rock, huh? All right. How much money do you need? What do you need? He goes, I will pay you. You guys want jobs? All right. He goes, I will give you. And he kind of he opens up this pouch he has and he looks into it. And he goes, I got 20 silver in here. I will give you 20 silver to go back to Wet Rock. So what do you say? And you see the kids look up at you guys.
Well, your decision. 20 silver.
Well, that's 4 each. Right? He says,
well, 20. If he's giving you 20 silver to go back to Wet Rock, that's you split it 3 ways.
Well, I thought we were partners and we split it 5 ways. Isn't that what you just said?
Well, was that just for them, for those 3, or for all of us?
He's talking about the kids. You guys, yeah.
Yeah. No, we're willing to give up our share.
And Cecil looks at the two kids, and they kind of all look at the money like they had never seen that so much money in one spot before. And they kind of, even though they look pretty tired from walking all this, they've been traveling for 3 days basically. They don't have any supplies on them, anymore. They're pretty much what they were when you guys found them eating stuff. They've been eating some kind of green apples that weren't quite ready to eat yet, and they're going to have some digestive issues later in the day after eating those. But they're looks like they're willing to go back home. So he's like, well, I don't want to go back home unless you guys agree to it.
Well,
can we make more than this? If this is how much money they'll give us to go away, what if they give us? They'll probably give us more money if we work up here, don't you think?
Yeah, that would be true. There's money to be made. Does it seem like his intention is to simply help these boys and say, look, you're too young to be out here type of thing, like just go home?
It looks like Blake's just tired of seeing the kids going into the forest and not coming back out. I mean, he's just been here, done that, and it's an unfortunate industry up here. And he just seems like he's willing to spend his own money to get rid of these 3 kids, even though there's a good chance they might not even make it back home. You're not even sure how they got the hell up here.
Yeah. Well, Draymond, what do you think? Keep them or let them go?
Well, depending on what we're going to be doing here, it'd be nice to have a couple other people on our side, even if it's just to kind of give us a fighting chance.
I agree. How much silver do you have?
How much do I have?
Yeah, how much silver do you have?
I don't know. I didn't roll it out.
Sounds about right. I think it's what? I forgot how much we roll anymore. 5d4, something like that. I don't remember now. My Shadowdark foo is still not at. I'm being summoned.
So 16 silver.
What's that disorder that people have where they're really mean? You can't get fixed.
What do you? What's this? What's the disorder where people get really mean and they can't be fixed?
Yeah, it's really hard to help them.
It's very hard to help them.
Yeah, it's not bipolar, but
I think it's just
stupid.
No, really. Like, kids get it sometimes.
Are you talking about oppositional defiant?
Thank you.
Okay, all right, there you go.
Or teenagers.
Or I was gonna say, or just just some teenagers. Did you find it yet, Ken? You can roll it up.
Oh, I rolled it. 16.
Oh, did you already roll it up? Okay, got 16 in that. Did you buy gear already?
I thought you said we could just go with what we had. I basically went with what I had, except for no magic items.
Okay. Yep, that sounds good. All right, so you got a 16. So you got 16 silver on you.
Well, I think we could guarantee at least you get 20, even if we have to pay you.
The kids.
Worst comes to worst, we'll help with burial costs.
And they both look up at, or all 3 of them look up at that, like, Blake's like, look, you got to decide now. He goes, my 20 silver offer expires here. And he holds it out to the kid to see if he puts his hands out. And Cecil goes, we're gonna stay and we're gonna be grown-ups and we're gonna earn our own money. And Blake actually gives a little nod, maybe a little bit of a slight smile, and he's like, okay. And he goes, I will meet you 2 at the Angry Inn a little bit later if that will work with your schedule.
Sure. Sounds good. We need to go get rooms.
All right.
Or a room.
Or a room, huh? All right, so you go up to number 3 there. Going up there then, the Angry Priest Inn.
Sounds good. We can go there and book a room at least and see what the deal is going on over there.
Now I made a map for the Angry Priest Inn, which I've never done before. It's always been just sort of a thing. So we'll see if that. I can't populate with all the tokens yet or whatever, but that kind of gives you an idea of the layout. I got a membership to what's it called? Inkart? I forgot
Inkart?
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I made made this thing with.
What's this
Works
down
okay.
here?
Just a ratty old rug. Wipe your
Oh, okay.
feet.
I thought
You
maybe it
guys
was.
know, so the lady who runs this, her name's Lavinia, or I think that's what I have her on that one. And she's 6'3", and she can be very gruff, and but she runs a good tavern. She keeps the place clean, and if you don't wipe your boots off before you come in, she gets kind of pissy. And you know that upstairs there are 6 rooms that she rents out. Usually, each room has 2 cots in it. And then most of the time, though, people who don't have a lot of money, they just actually sleep in the common area here.
How much are the rooms?
The rooms are 10 silver each per night. Which is pretty high, but prices in Hound's Head are very high. Oops.
Ooh. Well, we
Getting
might
a little
need.
dizzy there. I know this is why you don't want to. That's why we need Joe to run Roll20 so you don't get like motion sick. Because I'm going to be all over the place.
Sleep down here in a dining room.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. A lot of people do that. Usually, if you sleep down in the dining room, as long as you eat and drink here all night and don't throw up, you can stay. But if you do have accidents, you got to leave. You got to clean, and then you got to leave. But you see some people lined up on the walls, and you see a small dwarf, even for a dwarf, is on the smaller side. He's almost like the size of a halfling, very thin, and what'd you do there?
No, don't mind that. I accidentally hit that.
Oh, okay. And he's cleaning up and serving drinks and taking old tankards and put them in. And you guys actually know him. His name is Gordrick. And he's always been friendly to you guys here, and even though he's a little bit dim-witted, he has a really good memory for names and numbers.
Huh. Okay.
So he sees you guys come in, and he waves his hand, kind of like a Forrest Gump wave, does a Forrest Gump wave at you. And
hey, man. How we doing?
Draymond, it's good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you too. What's been shaking here?
And then, but when he asks you, do you want something to drink? He doesn't wait for an answer. He just goes and starts getting you a drink.
Yeah.
You casting light, Ken, or something?
I am going to go through and delete.
Deleting some of the spells that you have on there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And he comes back. He says, puts it down. And he goes, that's 2 silver each. And he kind of looks at the kids. He goes, oh, who are they?
Well, there's some friends of ours we met along the way. He says, this is, he says, this here's Bert. This is Cecil. This is Cecil. This is Gunnery. And what's your name, boy?
Burns, mister.
Burns. That's right.
And he's like, and you see Godric, he goes up to each one, shakes their hand, repeats their name twice. Each time he goes, Cecil, Burns, Gunnery. And then my name's Godric. he goes, "Do you guys have money to drink? You guys don't look like you have money to drink." And he kind of looks around and he goes, "Are you paying for them?"
Yep, we're paying
Yep.
for them.
Okay, I'll go get some drinks for you.
How do I
So they
edit?
go, what's that?
How do I edit the spells?
There's a modify button at the bottom of it, and you click
Right.
modify. If you want to like move, the only thing you can do is move the spells up or down. But if you want to get rid of one, you go ahead and hit modify, and then the trash can's on the right hand side.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
having
that.
to-
I guess I'm going to have to redo them because I need to. I had a plus. I had two.
Pluses on your
Yeah, two traits, and now I just have one.
right.
And
All right, so I'll let the boys sit down and say, boys, just sit down over there, and this fine gentleman will get your drinks.
Okay.
oh, I can do it. I can fix it.
Oh, good. And you guys come in there. You see. Let's see if this will work. Might have to. It's going to come out massive, and then I'll have to shrink it down there. So you see a woman dressed in the black leather armor of a spear of Serath, and you see a spear kind of leaning next to her by the table, but you don't see the other one.
Is she an elf?
Looks like an elf. Looks like an ash elf, a Kamatori. And Kamatori elves are known to be very savage, barbaric, and their people live north of the Comor Forest. There's like it's like a peninsula that kind of wraps around in a way, and their forest is ever burning. It's always burning, and was one of the main sites for the demon wars back in the day. That dwarves allied with the demons back in the time. So usually the Kamatori and dwarves do not get along, and they're very battle oriented, so to speak.
Well, she don't look too nice.
She doesn't look like your nice elf that you were looking for. Huh?
Is there any other? Does it look like the other person's left? I mean, is there like there's two spares, or is there like somebody sitting there with them, or is this person completely by themselves?
There's an empty mug next to her, or another mug next to her on that table.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to go and take that seat.
Okay.
I'm just going to pull up and go and sit down and go, howdy.
Let me grab your token real quick, Ken, so I can put you on the board. Where'd you go? Copy. And then we got a big old dream all. There we go. Set them down there. And then go ahead, Eleanor, and go ahead and move your token over where you want it to.
Okay.
Do you have control over that token?
Yep. Put it right there.
Okay. Great. All right.
Well, I'm going to sit right next to her right there.
Okay. You see that her white hair is just covered in like sweat, and she's got road dust all over her face, and her shoulders are hunched as she's sipping at this mug. Give me another like intelligence roll.
Okay.
What? Oh, okay. You can. You've seen this behavior
I'm
before.
pretty smart.
Yeah, you got that one down. She's nursing that drink like she doesn't have another dime in her pocket.
Oh. Well, I call out to what was the gentleman's name that talked to us earlier?
Blake? Oh, no, you're talking about Gordrick.
Gordrick. I waved my hand, kind of snapped. Gordrick, can we get another drink over here? Whatever this person's drinking here, go bring her another one.
And he does as he's told. He runs over, grabs it, and he comes over. Kind of puts it. He stays. He kind of puts out the mug towards her, and then just like almost like he's trying not to touch her, and just like slides it on the table carefully, and then collects his silver and scurries off.
Well, how are we doing today?
She looks up at you and she goes, "What do you want?"
What do I want? I don't want anything.
Well, then why did you sit at my table uninvited?
Well, I don't know.
Just want to have a drink.
It looked like there was an open seat. Thought I'd come over and introduce myself. I'm Eleanor Digby.
I'm sure you are, and I'm sure that impresses people from where you come from. But I have to tell you, I am not interested in all Eleanor Digby. She takes a sip of her ale. She doesn't even look at the one that got placed down. She's still sipping the one she has.
Okay. Interesting. Where are you at, Draymond? Are you just watching all this, or?
I'm sitting at the table, keeping an eye on.
You're just sitting at your own table, then, Ken?
With the other three guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just put you at.
Do I have my drink with me? Did I carry?
Yeah, you got your drink.
Good. Mm-hmm. I throw it right in her face.
Okay. All right.
And I say, where I'm from, people are more polite.
And she does the spit the ale out of her, face, and then she kind of takes her hands and slowly moves her bangs to the side and kind of flicks her wrists. Shakes her head. Eleanor Digby, are you sure you want to do this? And she looks at you.
Oh, I am sure. I can tell you that. But I can also tell you this, that he looks over his shoulder and says, see that table of young men over there? I said, I wouldn't make any sudden moves if I were you. I would just play nice and maybe have a conversation about why you're here in Hound's Head.
All right. Give me a reaction roll there.
What would that be? A dexterity
or charisma check? Yeah, we're gonna do reaction roll, and
all right.
Yeah.
So dexterity.
Okay. Yeah, dexterity. Yes.
Uh-oh.
No, I meant reaction roll as in charisma, reaction.
Oh.
I thought you were kidding about the dexterity.
No, I said reaction. What am I reacting to?
I meant, no. I'm
she gonna stab me in the face, or what is she gonna do here? All right, here we go. Charisma check. Oh, it's even worse. Perfect.
She just kind of shakes her head. We all got friends, Eleanor. We all got friends. What I see you have over there is 3 children and a dwarf. She picks up her spear.
Oh, he says, wait. Don't forget my other friend standing right over there that brought you your drinks.
And she looks over there. And when you say that, she kind of okay. And she looks at the undrank one that she got. I don't need that one. You can have it. You already spilled your last one. And she grabs her spear and she starts heading for. She walks around you. You gonna do anything?
She's walking behind me.
Yep. She's
Okay.
walking around.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
What,
Got her
Draymond? What
spear
do you? What is? I'd be interested to see if I know you're asking me, but
Yeah, you doing anything, Draymond?
So she's walking like she's leaving.
Well, she's walking. It looks like she's got up casually. She's walking around. She's got her spear in her hand. The other spear is still there, so you haven't seen her friend yet.
how close is that spear to me? Not that it would matter. I can't really use it, but
Like right in between them where the two chairs are. It's like
Okay.
leaning against this one right here.
I reach down. I reach down into as casual as I can, and I grab hold of my dagger
Okay.
just in case. I'm kind of banking on Draymond here that he's watching.
So I'm
Gotcha.
going to get up and kind of casually, not make eye contact with her, but kind of, come on, guys, let's go. And don't make eye contact. Just look all casual, and we're going to walk over towards them.
Okay. And she seems to be going the wide way around and then going down this way. So you're headed up this way, Ken. I don't think I gave you control over your token, so let me do that real quick. Token.
Okay, and which way is she going?
She's basically taking a wide berth around Eleanor to just stay away from her.
Oh.
Should be able to control your token now, Ken.
Okay, show me which direction she's going.
See where she's at now, Ken?
Yeah.
So she kind of just moved around like this. And now she's going south.
Okay, I'm just going to
the bar.
walk towards the bar.
Okay. And she stops. What? She looks at you. She looks down at you. Another demon-loving dwarf? Really?
Well, that ain't nice.
It's like, what would you know about nice? Your people allied with the demons and destroyed my homeland. What would you know about being nice?
Well, maybe I ain't got no love for demons.
Well, then why are you bothering me?
Well, maybe your homeland deserved to be ruined.
And you see the hand, their knuckles on her hands tighten the spear. She's like, so you think so?
Oh, I think lots of things, believe it or not.
Didn't think this too good. And you see her, she goes back and she points her spear at you. And she's in, ready to roll mode. And she's like, so get out of my way or I'm going through you.
All right, I'm going to cast a shield spell on myself.
Okay. See if you can succeed.
All right, I just want to
Test out your spell ones, huh?
probably start off failing right here.
Why not? Might as well start off with a bang.
So that's Shield of Faith. 5 rounds. Well, I better.
Okay.
Okay, so. Oh, let me get my character sheet.
Critical success. So what that does is it doubles one numerical value on your spell then, Ken. So what's it do again? It adds
Normally
health.
gives me a +2 to armor class.
So you can have it do +4 to armor class for 5 rounds, or +2 to armor class for 10 rounds.
I think I'll take the +4.
All right. So 4 rounds of that. All right.
And I guess we need to roll for initiative because I'm pulling out my Warhammer.
All right. Sounds good. Let's roll for everybody. Roll for initiative. What is that? A D20 plus your dex, right? If I remember correctly.
All right, where's initiative? Where's the initiative? What am I missing here? Where's the initiative roll?
That's on the top of your. That's on the top.
I was going to say it should be by your name, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah,
right above your name.
Yeah, it's in a weird location. Good grief! Nobody wants to go, huh?
Hey, what about our boys?
The boys, they don't really even have any weapons.
Oh, they could wrestle. They probably mud wrestle and do some things. They can grapple.
You see them kind of right now. They're kind of back up. I'll give them initiative roll. For how they do 5. All right, so we got. I guess she just moves first. And then you have, who is that? Eleanor's next. Then we have the boys. And then we have Dermont. Okay. I have to.
All right. So who did you say goes first?
She does, actually.
Yeah, I would think so. We all rolled sucky.
Yeah, well, she only rolled an 8 or something like that. So she only rolled one above you, too. So, all right. So here we go. So she attacks you, Ken. She steps forward and thrusts. On 20, I'm assuming he's going to hit.
Yes.
And she does 3 points of damage to you.
All right.
All right. And then, Eleanor, you're next.
What am I going to do?
I am attacking to subdue, by the way.
Okay.
As am I.
Okay. Good.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab that other spear. I'm going to try this. This is going to totally not work, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just because I'm crazy. Just because I'm a crazy hillbilly.
I'm crazy. Yeah.
I'm crazy like that. I'm going to grab that spear.
Okay.
And I'm going to jump on this table.
Which table are you jumping on?
This one right here.
Okay.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to jump on this table.
Give me a dex roll. We'll just do a quick, we'll do an easy one for this one.
Oh my gosh. Critical failure.
Wow. Wow.
So you jump on the table, you knock over, you see that runner in the middle, your foot gets caught in the runner, you fall backwards onto the table, your back kind of hits the edge of the table, so you fall off the table again. You knock out, you get some wind knocked out, and now you're laying face first, wind knocked out, and you don't know where the spear is because it fell out of your hand when you fell or anything like that. So it'll take you. What's your constitution?
Constitution is a 12.
A 12. So you got +1 for that?
Yeah.
All right. So you only lose. I'll tell you what. You got +1. Roll me a d4, and then subtract 1 from it.
All right, D4. Be a 3.
Oh my god! So you're out for 3 turns recovering yourself.
Wow.
3 rounds or 3 turns?
3 rounds. I'm sorry.
Oh
yeah.
Either way, it's not good.
No.
Yeah. Well, at least you're not like you're kind of over here, Eleanor, where you fell off because that's where you jumped in, got tangled up, and fell off back over there.
No, the proper thing would have been I would have impaled myself on the spear.
Well, That would have been very funny also.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would have.
Trust me, I thought about
He's
that.
dead. She's dead.
Yeah. Our openings.
Critical failure, impaled on a
Critical failure.
spear, trying to
Yeah.
jump on the table.
All right. And then you hear the boys kind of running. They're running over to Eleanor. You see them kind of all run over that way. So, Dermont, go ahead.
All right, I am going to swing my Warhammer.
Okay.
Ew.
And
At least it wasn't a critical failure.
It was not. Although if that would have been a critical failure, then I would have said, guys, just get your new. You got your backup characters ready? Yeah.
We 5 of us get our butts kicked by a single
By
elf
and she does
in front of a crowd.
Finger.
No less.
Oh gosh, too funny. Let me see. I thought I had these guys saved up there, but I do not. I am going to just use. Got to use a. Yeah, I'll just use this one for now. Oh, didn't come on over. There we go. And right about then, you see the door opens and the other spirit Zerath is in there. So
this seems bad.
All right. And she looks at you. I don't want to kill you today, dwarf. Don't make me kill you. And she's holding. So basically what she's doing right now, Ken, is she's kind of holding her action. So if you move, her attack's going to go off. So, and then we got, so she doesn't attack, but she's holding her thing. So we got Eleanor's first round, her first round. The boys go, and they go over to you to check. Are you okay? Are you okay? And they start.
I want to talk about it. He's getting me off this floor.
And they help you off the floor. So that'll subtract 1 round. So you just have to get up next round, and then you'll be up, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, all right, I'll let you go this time.
And she goes, get out of my way.
So I'm going to back up over here.
Okay. And this one comes through, grabs her spear. She looks like she's ready to attack. And the elf says, Chloe, no, we're not doing this today.
So is the other one an elf as well?
No, human.
Oh. And what did it say that name was?
Chloe.
Chloe.
Cloe. Yeah. This one looks more. This one definitely. Chloe looks way more ready to battle than the elf does.
I thought we looked ready to battle, but
clearly we are not.
We just need to go. We just need to go find some place to sleep just outside of town.
Okay, so
we can't stay here.
Yeah, and then about a little bit later, you see Gordrix pop up his head. Whew, guys did real good chasing them out.
Well, that was our plan all along, Gordrix.
Yeah, we didn't want to create a bloody scene or anything.
Oh, no, this was only a test. We were testing their abilities, and we saw what we needed to see.
You know. Well, you guys really did a good job. Spear, and he kind of points to your side, Draymond. He goes, spears look sharp too. So I guess you don't have to wonder about that either.
Nope.
was like, and I thought that was a good shiny thing you put on yourself. What was that, by the way?
Was a shield spell. Just
Hmm.
give myself a little protection.
Kind of scratches it. Well, you might want to work on that one.
Hey, if I would have been using my mace, so I would have had a shield, she wouldn't have hit me.
Oh, do you have a 20 AC?
I would have
then?
had 17 plus 4, so I would have had a 21.
Oh, right. Wow. Okay.
I get her.
And then you guys see Lavinia come out of the back. It looks like she's got uh, a big cauldron of like soup, stew, or something along that. And it's a pretty heavy looking cauldron, but she's kind of hefting it, and she's taking it over to where you see the fireplace, and she hangs it up there. And then she hits a bell next to the fireplace, and then heads back.
Well, dinner is ready, I guess.
So I guess I paid, what, 2 silver pieces a person?
So far, you've.
I mean,
I
we
don't
haven't
know
paid anything yet, but
well, he was collecting money from you, the little guy.
oh, okay.
He would give you the drinks and then ask for money. So, like, you have 5. You guys together have spent 7 silver on drinks.
Okay, and now, Draymond, I will take care of the rooms since you took care of the drinks.
So total of 7. Let me see here. That is okay.
Chubby Funster's here to be death.
You
almost saw death. Yeah.
That's right. I look at the boys. I go, now, boys, what did we learn today?
Not to jump on tables.
That would be number 1. What was the other thing you learned?
That you have to pay for your drinks when you get them.
Yes. Also, assume nothing.
Assume nothing.
That's right. Don't assume that maybe the people that you thought were something or someone, maybe they are not that something or someone. Draymond, what did we learn from this?
Well, I think one is when you have some extra guys with you, need to make sure they got some weapons.
That is true.
They got like, you can see, like, you know, one of them, like the big one, has like a skinning knife, but not much good for battle. Yeah.
So,
I mean, these what do I want to say? These spears of Sararath, we kind of, I'm not quite sure as to why they're here, but I mean, clearly they could have fought if they wanted to, but chose not to.
right. Well, and it don't hurt too much. In fact, I'm going to do a healing spell.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Can you heal my ego? Because that's pretty bruised.
So, how about that, boys? Healed myself.
All right.
Oh, I guess I didn't. Wait.
You got to roll too.
Yep, there we
That's
go.
what you needed, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. You see him go, oh. And they kind of nod, and they look up at you very impressed. Like they all seem pretty astounded by that. They're like, wow, you can heal. Wow, we've heard about, we would have one come through our village every now and then, but we didn't have one for our village.
You don't want to just assume that it's always going to work, but it works most of the time.
Right. Listen, no assuming. No assuming. And no jumping on tables and no assuming.
Right.
That's bad move.
And it's better to not get stabbed with a spear than to get stabbed, but
I think we knew that one. Stay away from the pointy end, we used to say. So yeah, I think we got that one. And Lavinia is looking at you guys. Are you guys going to eat? Or are you guys just going to stand there healing yourself? And you
Well,
see a bunch of other people. There's some bowls by the fireplace, and you see just people lying, kind of going up and getting a what do you call it, ladle full, putting it in the bowl, and then going back to their seat. And then as they're doing that, you see the dwarf come out with a big loaf of bread. And as he's giving the people the loaf of bread, they're sliding a couple silver to him as he's doing that.
all right. Well, I get out some silver and to pay for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
What will that cost me for 5
For all of you, it would be 10 people or 10 silver.
10 silver. Okay.
Yep, 2 each.
All right. And I'll go through the line, and I guess we'll sit back at the same table again.
Okay.
And I'll look at Draymond and say, Draymond, what do you make of that? That they were not ready to fight. They weren't. What can we make of this? I assume that they would, be here to cause some trouble, and maybe they're still here to cause trouble. But I'm not quite sure now what our next
I
steps
think
are.
they're trying to avoid something that's going to throw them off of their whatever they're here for. So in other words, they're here for something specific, and we were going to mess that up somehow.
So you recommend we should keep trying to mess this thing up?
I don't know if we want to do that or kind of play it cool.
All right.
I mean, they usually travel. I think what's confusing me is they usually travel in 4s. And so, I mean, I think we can kind of keep our eyes on them to see what they're fixing to do.
Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. I think that'll be our next step, is just to keep our eyes open and see if we can find out anything else. Maybe our friend Blake has some more information. Or some other people in this town.
Probably maybe some other people, because Blake kind of, not that he's a bad guy or anything like that, but I think he kind of focuses on what's best for Blake.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to Northman treasure and information, and and we don't have any of that sort of thing to.
Well, do you think he's working with these spearmen? Do you think there's some shenanigans there? Or, I mean, their tents are right there.
No, I think my own feeling is he tends to I think he's kind of agnostic. I don't think he tries to do anything that's going to put him in the middle of anything. I think he tries to stay pretty neutral. That's just my.
All right. Well, next steps. What do you think we ought to do?
Well, you give me IQ rolls real quick. 9 or above.
Did you say IQ rolls, huh?
Intel, woo-woo. 10, 9.
Barely.
As you guys are in this in-depth conversation, you see 2 dwarves walk through the door, the front door there, kind of talking amongst themselves and chattering, but they sit up. I'm going to just use these tokens for right now, and they kind of plop right down there, and they call Gordrick over, and they're like, Gordrick, it's like, food, drinks, set us up. None of this swill by the. We want the. What do you got today, Venson, or was it something else? And he kind of looks back at Lavinia, and Lavinia is like, "Yeah, I've got more of it in the back. Get us some of that." And the dwarven ale, not that other ale you try to pass off as good ale. And then they kind of laugh at each other when they do that. You see a Lavinia kind of smirk, and you guys, since you're here a little bit earlier or closer to that, she kind of tells Gordrick, make sure you charge him more. And then she goes in the back. So you see this other cask that's there. It's a little bit smaller of a cask, but definitely dwarven made. And he pours 2 drinks out of it, serves it up to them. And they're kind of getting this deep conversation. And you guys are still having your own little conversation, but you hear them talking about a mine and how are they going to, we need to figure out a way to get it. And he goes, I don't know anybody. We can't wait here all the time for everybody else to show up. And they kind of talk, and then the food comes out, and then they just start eating, and they stop talking and start eating and drinking. And when they put out their coin bag to pay for stuff, it hits the table kind of hard. Pretty heavy sounding.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to get up and walk over.
Oh, okay. And you see one of the dwarves looks up, looks at you, goes back to eat, and he looks at, another brother at Houndshead. It's good to see you. Join us.
Well,
he looks. Is that a tankard of? Oh, good. He smacks the ale out of your hands. He's like, oh, I always forget to get the guy's name. Godric, make sure he gets the dwarven ale, not this swells. Come on. Why would you even do that? And he says, join. He goes, you look like you're hungry. Can we get you some food? How about your friends? Do you have many friends? Friends, join us. Come over and join us. Yeah, they're very small. Oh, they're humans small. Oh, okay. I thought they were halflings, but they're just small humans. He kind of pokes at one. He's like, you're a little fragile for this area, aren't you? So names. My name is what is my name here? Oh, Olgar. My name's Olgar. This is my brother. His name is Alric.
Well, my name is Draymond.
Draymond. Where do you come from, Draymond? I don't know you.
Where do barbarian dwarves come from?
Yeah. I don't know. You can just make something up, Ken. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Dwarves come from dwarves. Dwarves don't really even have a home. Actually, they just live where they can because their homeland was taken away from them, basically.
Well, I grew up in the wilds. We kind of traveled from here to there, and
you look like one of the forest people here.
Yeah. We
okay. And he looks, and Elnar, or I guess he doesn't know your name yet, and you are.
I'm Eleanor Digby, and I come from up around the Spoke Top Hill area.
And they look at each other, and they go, Spoke Top, and they both. Oh, so what do you find folks doing here? He looks at the kids too, and you tell Algar is more interested in talking to you guys, where Alric is more interested in like talking to the kids or teasing the kids and making faces at them and trying to make them laugh or whatever. So Algar goes, so what do you find gents doing in Comar? Gonna strike it rich going to exploring?
Well,
Go ahead, Jeremiah. Don't let me interrupt you.
Well, I was going to say that we just met these boys on our way into town here, and they seem right interested in doing something useful, adventuring, and maybe coming across some treasure, but also, and we just come from what was the name of the town we were in?
Spoketop
Hill.
Smoketop Hill, and well, they were looking for an elf to sacrifice, and my friend here, you can see you can see the problem.
I see a conflict in that. Yeah. Why do they want to sacrifice? And not this probably the first time. I mean, I wanted to, maybe punch an elf or two in the face once in a while, but never sacrifice them to.
Of course.
But yeah. Oh, okay. So you guys adventurers then? We're kind of interested in getting a small group of adventurers together to try to. And they kind of look around. I guess keep secret, right? Dwarf to dwarf, dwarf to elf.
Yeah.
Well, we possibly found a mine that we need to clear out, but we're not. And he's like, I know dwarves known for we're just not the combative type. We're more of the miner type. We want to mine out this. Looks like it might be a good silver or tin mine up there, but it's Comor Forest, and it does not like to give up its resources. And we need some people to go back there and possibly clear it out. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Well, I think we would.
All right.
We need to find some weapons here for our boys. Maybe spears and daggers, or something simple.
Sure. I mean,
clubs would be an improvement over just letting them get slapped around.
Kind of thumbs me saying, "You sure you want to take the boys up there? They look kind of like they look pretty fragile."
Well, either we take them or somebody else is going to take them, and
I suppose they'll be on the wall before no time, won't they? And he look. You guys see the people standing on the wall, and they're in various disarray of folks standing up there. You see a half orc, you see a goblin, and a few humans in there. You see the orcs. He's pretty big guy, pretty muscular, but he doesn't have a weapon of any sort. And then you see a guy who has some armor and is armed, but it's all old and kind of in disrepair condition and whatnot. So he goes, yeah, if they end up there, I mean, that's just fertilizer for the forest waiting up there.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking, that the forest is none too kind to children such as these. So we'll take them with us.
These guys were able, without weapons, they were able to travel a couple of days through south of here, and that's no picnic either.
Yeah, he gets the survivors in. He kind of looks at them a little bit different. Got a point. Well, I'll tell you what. What we can do is right now we've got a small bit of money. We got to spread out through some adventures and whatnot. We could spot you. I guess we could go and they kind of look at each other and then they kind of get into close and you hear. I guess we could start you off with, let's say, 50 silver. I'm not going to get you too far up here in Hound's Head, but we could front that as long as you agree to go up with us. And then when the mine is cleared, we will definitely have more for you for that. Is that something you think you could agree to?
Oh, for sure. We could agree to that. Boys, what do you think?
And they all look like, and Cecil just kind of looks towards you, and he kind of nods slowly. Okay. Yeah, it sounds great. All right.
Okay. Well, and I look at the dwarves. Say, dwarves. Says our boys here could use some basic equipment.
Well, that's why we're fronting you the money.
Oh, they front us the money. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can go down to Samuel's down there and get them some stuff. You're not going to be able to arm them up because they charge worse than. No.
Yeah. Well,
But I get it. Samuel's got to make a living. It's hard to get stuff up here.
That's right.
You know, but he's got some stuff down there. You can just go in the, gently killed section of weapons or whatever, and maybe find him a few daggers amongst them, maybe a shield or something.
Yeah.
Get yourself some equipment. Gonna need some torches. Gonna need some. So gonna need some rations. It's not too far in, but I'd still bring in some food with you just in case.
Okay.
Because if you get lost in that Comor forest,
Bad news.
yeah, it's never not sure what's going to come out of it. But we've kind of got the path pretty beaten down to that area, but we've been seeing enough around there to concern us that we need some adventuring types to take care of the situation.
Okay. When do we leave?
Well, we've got our eye on a couple other people that we're going to bring in, and probably maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'm thinking. So that'll give you time to get some shopping done. I'll get you all. And he kind of looks. He says, "I'll get you the room," and you see Algar go, "Will we?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're going to get him a room. They're going to help us. Stop being a jerk about that part." And then Elric's like, yeah. All right, whatever. And so we'll get you the room tonight, and make sure you get your food and everything. But you take that to get some supplies for your little ones there and for yourselves if you need something. And we'll be back, like I said, either tomorrow evening or the following morning.
Okay.
Because we got one of the rooms upstairs also, so it'll be the one where you'll hear a bear snoring in there. And so they talk to you for the rest of the night, and they seem like genuinely nice guys, and they're pretty excited about this mine. These guys, even though they're dwarves, and dwarves are not trusted at all around here, Ivar is very motivated to have them, from what you can tell, try to figure out the mining area.
Does the mine have a name?
Well, he goes, now that you ask it, yeah, we from what we've understood and the little bit that we knew, it's called the Stone Toad Mine.
Does that ring a bell for any of us? Do we heard anything about that?
Yeah, do I?
All right, I'll tell you what. If you guys give me should I make this one? Roll whatever's higher for either wisdom or intelligence, but it's going to be a very difficult. You're going to need an 18 or above to know about this. But roll whichever one's better for you. No, and Eleanor. Now, Eleanor, you're thinking you might know something about it, but you're kind of mixing it up with some other stuff, and by the time you get done thinking about it, you're like, well, that wasn't even in the Comor Forest. That was way down by Scorn, but it takes you a while that you kind of lose the beat of the conversation or whatever, and. But no, neither one of you know anything about the Stone Toad. And the dwarves, as they're talking, they don't seem to know much about it either. They've been trying to find some. They're hoping to have a meeting with Blake and see if he knows any information about it. So, but Blake hasn't met with him quite yet. So there you have it.
All right.
All right. So that's where we'll call it for the night, guys. It's not my
Okay.
usual session 0, but it'll give you a little taste of what's going. You guys already know what's going on, and so it's basically the session 0 with the gathering of the party.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. So,
Yeah.
any questions though, or concerns, or things that, because I'll have it set up a little bit better. Because I think I told Paul got here before there. Some of the work I had done, I'm blaming Roll20 for deleting it, and Roll20 probably didn't have anything to do with it. I did it, and I just don't. The thing is, I just don't know how I did it. That's what scares me. I don't
Just blame technology. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just blaming technology. I
Yeah.
had some things all set up, and then it's like, where did all this shit go? It's just gone now.
Well, it was deleted. When was that? Was that Friday? Thursday night, Friday, when that whole
Yeah.
I was bummed because I brought my laptop home, so it was not plugged into a docking station, my work laptop.
Right.
Everybody had their work laptop plugged in, had it toasted by the whatever happened Thursday night,
right,
Friday morning, and they got to go home.
Oh gosh, you got to go home, and yours, you had to.
I mean, they had to sit around for a while before that happened, but
right. But you guys,
so I was sitting there by myself on.
Couldn't you just
Friday
pretend? Oh, mine's not working either. It's not working at all.
Yeah, whoops.
Whoops, what the heck's going on? Tap, tap, tap. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go home.
We'll just blame CrowdStrike. That's all. Let's just blame those guys.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's funny. Yeah, I think it was Thursday, or I think it was Friday night actually that it happened, because I was working on it, but I didn't realize I deleted it until Saturday night or something.
Oh, okay.
Like, but like I said, I delayed because I had all this stuff set up, and then this is sort of like, at least it didn't eat my maps.
So are these two dwarves the other characters?
No. Nope. You're the only. Well, I guess you got. So Joe's playing a dwarf fighter, I believe, because he is playing Columbo, and keeping with his 70s detective theme.
Well, plus he had monstrous dice rolls.
Oh yeah, he did. And then when he got his what do you call it, the talents or whatever, all of his talents were, I think, increase your stats. So he had 3 18s by the time he was fifth level, because he just 18 strength, constitution, and dexterity. So yeah, he was a freaking beast. So he's playing that, and then Vance is playing he's playing a goblin wizard. So your party will be dwarven fighter, elven witch, dwarven cleric, and a goblin wizards. So you guys will have a kind of an eclectic mix with a lot of spell power though behind it too. You just guys have to keep Joe alive, because if he goes down, of course, if you get your shield up and everything from what you said, Ken, your guys is pretty tough too.
Yeah, I mean he's got 10 hit points, so it's not.
Yeah, I was wondering how you guys were gonna bite on the initial thing. I didn't think you would, but it was funny. Your initial kind of quest posed to you was sacrifice an elf.
Yeah, I was kind of looking over at Eleanor, kind of stroking my beard, like, okay.
Well, that makes me wonder now, Draymond, if you had second thoughts there, if you were thinking about making some quick coin there, buddy.
Right.
No.
Yeah. It's actually that quest there is actually an adventure of mine that's called In the Pines.
In the pine.
In the Pines, yep. In the
Interesting,
Pines, in the
interesting.
Pines. Little
Hey.
Lead Belly song.
There you go. Do you have a, by the way, is there a player's guide to Comor's Forest that you have?
Yeah, usually I write one up for each individual person, and that was one of the things that got deleted. Like I was working one up with you because I wanted to get one done for you, Paul, right away because your experience with Comor Forest is kind of limited.
Right.
That where Ken's got a good basic knowledge of most of the stuff, but I still like to. What I like to do is put it in a format where you have your kind of racial knowledge and what you kind of and it's from your character's point of view.
Right.
So it'll be skewed there, and then from like you would know stuff about the Melodungeons and everything from where you're at, and then just the general knowledge from your point of view of these Spears of Sarath, Hound's Head, the Comor Forest, and little tidbits that you would have gleaned through your time here. So
Right.
I will try to get those done, and I'll give you a kind of like a pantheon of gods that are in the Comor Forest and everything. And that
Right.
and just so you know, Paul, the way I run my games is if there's something cool you want to add or do something like Greg up there, Chubby Funster there years ago, he wanted to play a cleric, but he wanted to play a cleric of this god named Puce. And it was a god of silence, god of Puce of silence. It was so good. And so now it's now become part of my pantheon. So you can add stuff or, so it's a bit of an organic campaign where I have a lot of areas where players can add their own stuff into it.
Right.
I mean, like Ken's got his own, I don't know, business monopoly.
Yeah, I have two. Well, that's part of a bigger family of
incorporation.
But I had two characters that were part of the Snotrag family, and the Snotrags are
very business oriented.
Prominent family in Low Hill, and so they have a business operation north of Hound's Head. In a weird partnership with Rob's Cleric.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Rob's Cleric is basically almost what you are right now, Ken, in this game. So you guys are part of the honored ones, the honored hunters and stuff like that. So, yep. But yeah, I'll make sure I get that too because I do like having the players having that because I don't know how many times where I would start a campaign and then I would do something, but it's dumb because I made a dumb choice because I didn't have the knowledge to.
Right.
And I'm like, well, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have done that. And then of course it's sort of like,
right, yeah. Anything you can give me little tidbits like that, or even I can always just copy the map off the hex, the hex map or whatever, just to get an idea of the where we're.
And usually what I'll do is I'll like as you guys adventure, you guys will discover more of what's on the map and different things. Maybe then some of you might have some knowledge of where things are located ahead of time. And I'll give you guys a quick glance because I did it right before game, so damn it, I'm showing it to you whether you guys look at it or not. I think, yep, there it is.
Avert your eyes.
So there's the board.
There we go.
The billboard stuff and stuff.
There you go. Yeah. Nice.
And you guys can move that. You can't move the board, but you can move all the little pieces on there too. So
yeah,
if something gets in the way, you can move that. But yeah, so that'll come into play if you guys should so choose and stuff for a side thing. But if you ever, I might want to send this to you guys also though, is the Hound's Head and just sort of like a general summary of each building and who's there and what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. this was a layout I did years ago for it, and I always liked it so that way people would, know the services, remember the people, or
Yeah.
so there's stuff right there. So
Yep.
Right.
even though I forget myself too. So
Well, thanks for running the game tonight.
yeah.
Yep.
So next week we'll have the whole party together. So I've run you guys in advance together, or their session 0. I believe I'm running Joe through his scenario on Wednesday, and then Monday we'll have the gathering of the party and kind of go out on your own adventure, your first adventure, which, as you guys probably already surmised, is the clearing out the mine, possibly.
Yeah.
Now, what you guys, if you want to do this, so in the meantime, to maybe save time for the next one, you guys can buy your equipment from the book. So the way it works is everything's silver pieces, which you guys already know. And since it's Hound's Head, double all the prices. So if something costs 10 silver, it's cost 20 at Hound's Head.
Well,
So you
I
guys
think let me get my yeah, I'm down to 9 silver pieces, so
Well, you got 50 from the dwarves too.
okay.
So however wants to do it, but like I said, Samuel up there, he sells normal items at double the price and buys gently ward items at half price.
Okay.
And you can
All
equip
right.
the kiddos in between that time if you want.
Yeah, these guys need to have weapons, so
Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do in the off time while they're, because just imagine you're sitting there for like a day and a half, 2 days. I figure you guys could buy the equipment for the kids. And is there anything else you want to do in that time?
I don't know. If something pops in my head, I'll text you if that's all right.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
Well, a lot of what I would think about doing too might come from the background you send me as to what I think I can do, depending on
Absolutely.
because I can tap into Tatiana, as my Fey deity,
Right.
that I picked. So if I can, if there's some hooks there, something like that, or if I want to go with that moonshine
Absolutely.
potion type thing or something like that.
Yeah, you do have a knack, because you're a moonshiner and stuff. You do have a knack for creating things. For creating. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a, like if you want to start expanding to your herbology or different things like that, and the interactions and stuff, you can definitely explore that area of it too.
Yeah. And then, maybe at least with the spells that I know, maybe I'm investigating how to turn those into some sort of
Absolutely.
potion or something like that, to craft something magical maybe or something like that. But
yeah, so when in the campaign we have Viz, so Viz would definitely be a component to help make things, give it a magical component of it. And then a lot of magical reagents that you can find throughout the I can't remember. Did you ever harvest stuff from any of the creatures in any of the adventures at all, Paul, yet?
No.
Okay. So anytime like you fight creatures, or you might find certain plants, they can be used to enhance spells, possibly potions or scrolls.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, and you'll find those in your exploration. Some of them will be available for sale. I'll give Chubby Funster a plug here. He's got his player options, and he's got a nice section in the back for different, like I think he calls them catalysts. He's got a catalyst selection, which is really nice. I'll probably be using, I will be using several of those in there, if not all of them. And then I have my own collection and whatnot. And then sometimes if you come up with a good idea or you find something that makes sense, just let me know. That's why Joe's really good at mooching. He knows how to mooch on me. And if it makes sense enough, I usually let it play out. So,
Okay.
all right.
So
All right. Thanks for everybody for joining us. Those we're down to 2 people now. I think we had up to, I don't think we quite hit double digits, but we had a few digits there. We'll take it. And thanks for everybody stopping by. I know it was a little bit of a low-keyed one, but I thought about starting these guys with the, all right, guys, thank you for coming, roll initiative. But
Well, I was shopping online, so
you did start with shopping online,
Yeah, we did start with
barbarian class and stuff. And then Ken, just if you get the barbarian class, pick the rage or whatever what is it, talent that kind of goes with the barbarian, and
all right,
you
that
can
sounds good.
just throw it in there, and that will work, and we'll figure it out. I don't have a problem with that at all. That sounds like a fun thing to do. A raging nature cleric. Why not?
Why not?
He's a barbarian, so
he is a barbarian. Yeah.
Well, I have barbarian background, so
that's what he has too. So you both have barbarian background.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you guys came to the Spoke Top Hill from maybe some sort of barbarian tribe that you guys were part of or something like that. And barbarian tribes in my campaign are just, there's a lot of, to the, the west, there's basically an open plain with all these, what they call the barbaric city states. They're kind of run by generally some sort of war chief of some sort of like that. And if you guys want, you guys can come up with maybe a cool background for it and just bring it to the table, and we can work it in.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one then. So, all right, we'll log out of here. Guys, I'll have you stick around after we log out, but thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for Joe for setting up everything on the stream, and we'll see you next Monday, 7 o'clock, because we got to start early because I'm old, they're old, we're all old, and we want to get to bed earlier than like midnight. Besides, it's just, yeah, you get too tired too quick. So we might run a stream. We might do a live stream with Joe's session 0. I'm sure that one's going to be lively enough. So I might be doing it. So next,
all right.
So next
thanks,
Monday,
Tim.
7 o'clock, possibly Joe in between there. Joe will come up there, and we'll see everybody then. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.